Well, the Strong Black Super Chemist videos about how they lie to you about stuff because they want you to think a certain way, act a certain way.
Do you carry a gun?
This is John Stossel. He needs no introduction. Everyone knows who he is. He's on YouTube. The name of the video is "The FBI and Media Don't Tell You How Many Lives Guns Save." Yeah, guns save like millions of lives every year, and only like 5,000 lives are lost because of guns. But let's get rid of guns.
Bad idea, says Hollywood. Countless TV shows portray good guys who try to stop crimes with their own guns as fools. Citizen's arrest, drop your gun! The wise police officer sums it up.
Leave it to a good guy with a gun to really screw things up.
Liberal politicians agree.
A good guy with a gun will stop the bad guys with a gun. It doesn't hold up.
It doesn't, say experts, the media feature.
Good guy with a gun statistically isn't realistic. It's an adolescent rescue fantasy.
An adolescent rescue fantasy? Now, I'm no gun person. I was raised among lefty gun haters. I assumed Hollywood and the media told the truth. But then, 17 years ago, I hired the best data analyzer I know. That very tall guy on the left, Maxim Lott, here talking to the nearly as tall John Lott, his father.
Why I like this John Stossel, man, is because he's not like that Geraldo, the communist piece of garbage, human garbage, Geraldo Riviera, or whatever his name is, the piece of garbage. This guy actually cares about it. This guy, when he's wrong, guess what he does? He says, "Oh, you know what? I'm wrong." That's a man, okay? Geraldo is a piece of crap. He's a vagina. He wears a vagina.
A criminal justice researcher who wrote this book. More guns, less crime? I was skeptical, and some researchers questioned Lott's data, but I've come to believe Lott is making a good point. In places where bad guys fear, a good guy might be armed. Crime tends to fall. Often just showing a weapon is enough to stop an assault. Police don't track such events, but these days some are posted on the web. Here an employee grabs her gun and the robber runs away. And again here.
3 robbers caught on camera breaking into a home in Atlanta. The men scramble to escape as the woman chases them.
When a civilian tries to stop one of these instances, they're overwhelmingly successful.
So why do all these TV shows lecture us about how it doesn't work?
The gun control groups brag about working with the screenwriters and the producers for the shows.
This group even boasts about its partnership with Hollywood and how they're consulted on scripts.
There's major star power behind an effort to rewrite the script on how guns are used in Hollywood.
They think they're making us safer because they believe FBI reports that say shooters being killed by citizens is rare. Why does the FBI say that?
They're simply missing a huge number of cases.
For example, the FBI includes the famous Pulse nightclub shooting.
At least 50 people are dead.
1 week afterwards, there was a similar attack at a nightclub in South Carolina.
There, a concealed carrier took down the shooter.
The thing is, it got virtually no news coverage.
49 people being killed is going to be a bigger story than 3 people being killed.
I understand.
It reminds me like the white cop shooting the unarmed black man, and then you look into the statistics, it's like 12 a year. You know what I mean? They're all horrible people, and there's twice as many white people, 24 a year. You know what I mean? It's like none of it's racist, none of it's whatever. It's all just lies.
But the guy still had like 125 rounds of ammunition on him when he was stopped. You would think at least some of the news coverage would at least mention, here's another case that almost turned out to be the same, but it was stopped.
Also, remember the Parkland shooting?
At least 17 people are dead in Parkland, Florida.
Just a few months later, in Titusville, Florida, there was an elementary school that was having a big event at a park right next to the school. Had hundreds of students there, and a man came up, started firing his gun.
Police said the gunman was then shot by someone else who had a legally concealed weapon.
And was able to seriously wound the attacker and stop him. before he was able to go and kill anybody.
The bystander saved a lot of people's lives, says the police. But I never heard about that.
What's funny is these Democrats that have been trying to take your guns away forever, all of a sudden, a couple years ago when Biden got into office, they started to try to get gun rights for illegal aliens. Like, they wanted illegal aliens to have guns. You're unconstitutional if you don't allow illegal aliens in our country to carry guns. But for decades and forever, they've been trying to take our guns away. Doesn't that wake anybody up, really?
Local media covered it, but it hardly got attention beyond that. The FBI somehow also missed it. At crimeresearch.org, Lott lists cases where bystanders stopped shootings, cases that the FBI often ignores, like this one.
3 people are dead, several others injured.
Raul Mendez was at a party taking selfies with his pregnant wife, but then a guest at the party began firing at people.
Catches me in the right side of the head. Bullet enter right here, right by my ear, goes straight through my face and out my left eye.
Somehow, Mendez recovered.
I gained consciousness, and I unloaded 4 rounds and finished them off.
He probably saved the lives of a dozen people, including his wife and daughters.
Prevented him from, killing those girls.
You always carry a concealed gun?
I always do.
Why?
It's just about being prepared.
Yeah,
The FBI records instances like this, but somehow they have no record of your case.
They're not recording the true numbers, guns actually saved.
It's one of many cases like that the FBI is missing.
It happened. Why wouldn't they include this?
There's a lot of political views that people let infect their data. I had interactions with the people in the FBI. I had people go and tell me, well, I'm a Democrat. As a response, as if somehow that's how we determine whether or not to fix the data.
The FBI, who carry guns, are anti-gun? It's just not believable.
I think the people at the top, are more politically motivated than maybe your rank-and-file FBI agent. If they think that it would go against the narrative that they want to go and push, then they'll fight you.
We asked the FBI about those cases they missed. They responded, their data is not intended to explore all active shooter incidents, but rather to provide a baseline understanding. Seems like they admit their data's incomplete. But the media sure don't.
This kind of outcome is rare.
This is very rare.
No, self-defense is more common than they say, and it does stop lots of crimes.
It'd be great if we could just get all guns to disappear. But the problem is that when you go and you ban guns, it's basically the most law-abiding good citizens who obey them. Every place in the world that's either banned all guns or all handguns has seen murder rates go up.
Why would that happen?
If you're primarily disarming their victims, you make it easier to commit the crimes.
But the so-called experts still say
There haven't been good guys with a gun who stop mass shootings. It's the kind of thing you learn from reading comic books.
I was prepared and it saved lives. There's no comic book story about that. Those are facts. That's what happened. I was there. I'm sure there's many more out there that'll go unheard.
Stories like this do often go unheard in legacy media, but we cover them at Stossel TV.
Yeah, they just want you to, they want to disarm America for the big global takeover. Get you some UFID chips, put in you, and monetize everything so that all the money is on a chip, a computer chip that's implanted into your body. And if you want to complain or you want to, protest, they'll just shut your chip off. Then you can't buy anything like food, rent, car, gasoline. You can't buy anything. But that's the way they want it.
Universities are a business. They're going to offer these bullshit degrees as long as people pay money for them.
My concentration is creative direction, production, and narrative through the arts. performance and written work. Hi, my name is Karina Gomez, and my concentration is in journalism and Latin American studies, with an emphasis in human rights, collective memory, and political violence.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lee, and I studied the sociology of environmental communication.
Hi, my name is Reed, and I study music business and gender studies.
Hi, my name is Dominique, and I studied care politics with a minor in disability studies.
They should all be saying, "Hi, I'm unhirable."
My name is Elliot Wright, and my concentration is art as a social mechanism.
Hi, I'm Georgia, and my concentration is dramatic writing and theatrical adaptation.
My name is Noah Loyacano, and my concentration is equilibrium or negotiated paradox.
Hi, my name is Sophie Lopez, and my concentration is titled Queering and Decolonizing Theater Practice.
It exists. I say lesbian dance theater in jest, but actually she has a degree in queering and decolonizing theater practice.
New York Mag accused of cropping black people out of Trump party and said it was nearly all white.
Leftist media is lying?
Oh, sorry, there's so much trans hate in the world right now, and I'm so done with it, and pride just means that we are unabashedly happy just to be alive.
Yeah. Anna, where do you personally feel that hate is coming from?
Most places, but especially the government.
Anna, in your own life, where would you say that you feel the hate the most?
I feel like I kind of internalize a lot of the hate, so it feels like it mostly comes from myself at this point, because...
First, who's in charge of the LA Fire Department? Kristen Crowley. She's the first LGBTQ fire chief. She makes almost $500K and went to Harvard Business School. Christina Kepner, first lesbian assistant chief to the LA Fire Department. Harvard Kennedy School for managing diverse organizations. I don't know, they teach you how to put out a fire at Harvard? The Harvard Firefighting School? And then we have Christine Larson, LA Fire Department's first lesbian equity bureau chief. $400K a year, and they're focused on everything except for putting out fires and fire readiness. Yeah. Unfortunately, it feels good to include everyone, and you're the fire chief. You're the best. You're the system. You're wearing the outfits. We can do it. Get the white guys out. We want to change everything. We're in charge now. And then the city burns, and no one. There's no water in the fire hydrant.
Do you need to go to the Harvard School of Management to figure out you need water?
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or, you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
It's so funny the way they say only 5% of women are firefighters at the end, like that's a bad thing, when this Muppet just admitted she couldn't carry a man out of the house.
You don't make enough to provide for us anymore, so we have to get out there in the workforce.
Right, because you voted for laws that give the jobs to you instead of to us. You know that, right? You have to know about this, right? Women have been saying for decades, they've been saying, we get 77 cents on a... Women want to get paid equal. They don't want to work equal. They just want to get paid equal.
Doesn't even make sense, really.
So they went to the government and they voted for the government to make things equal. And now that things are equal, women have raised their standards and they're saying, men can't provide anymore. You voted for that. You know that, right? The government takes money from men and gives it to corporations if they meet diversity quotas. So we are being forced to pay to put ourselves out of work so you can be equal. Men and women don't put the same amount of effort into the workplace, and so they get different rewards out of it. But women wanted to make it equal. But it's not because you're running faster than us, it's because you voted to redistribute the trophies. This situation is like a dog that wants you to throw a ball, but it won't drop it.
Hang on.
We want men to pay. Okay, let me go get a job. No, you can't have that. That's for women. We need equality. Okay, then go date the men who have more money. Where have all the good men gone? I mean, you have to know about this, right? Everyone knows this, right? Please tell me that you knew this.
No, they don't. Embarrassing.
What an excellent breakdown. That is HOE math, by the way. Follow his YouTube. He has great content.
Do you agree that men are more?
No.
You don't agree?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.